What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Sasquatch figure. This is a part of the Apocalypse wave. Older wave from Toy Biz. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure we're all used to the packaging, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Comes with a nice window display. As you can see, Sasquatch here, he comes with the right arm of Apocalypse. Pretty cool build-a-figure. If you haven't picked him up, you should probably pick up this wave and build him. It's still a relatively affordable to pick this wave up. So on the back here we have his power grid, which I will actually pull in here and you guys can read that. There's a little read up. You can pause it and read it if you want. There's his power grid. Kapow. And the rest of the figures in the wave are, I guess it's a Maestro, I'm guessing, I don't know. Sasquatch, X-23, Iron Fist, Bishop, and Wolverine. This is probably one of my favorite Wolverine figures, scale-wise. I think he's the perfect height overall. Probably one of my favorite Wolverine figures. The Bishop figure is a little clunky of a figure, but still pretty decent. Iron Fist, pretty good. It comes in a red variant. X-23, you're going to want to get that version's X-23, which I actually might do her review. I do already have the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure, and I've done a review of that, so if you want to go to my video library and check it out, you can. Let's get Sasquatch pulled out of package, and we'll take a closer look at him. Be right back. Okay, and we're back with I almost said man thing, with Sasquatch out of packaging, and he's pretty cool. Definitely trying to build up this was like the only piece I really needed left from, to start building up my Alpha Flight. So Alpha Flight is on its way. I have all 3 members so far that have been released in action figure form. That being Guardian, which his review is actually coming up next. I'm going to do the entire Alpha Flight team that's been released so far. So I'll be doing Guardian next, and then Puck, the Build-A-Figure, coming up. So stay tuned for those two, guys. But anyway, let's talk about Sasquatch here. He is just a really underrated figure. I feel like he's relatively easy to get, even still mint on card for being such an older figure. He's pretty easy to get. I got this guy for $15. Brand new mint on card, free shipping off Amazon. So you can definitely find this guy very easily. And the amount of sculpting going through his fur, I feel like he's just kind of been thrown aside by most people, and I don't know, maybe not appreciated as much. I mean, definitely maybe the face sculpt could be a little bit better, but he's supposed to look like that, and I think it's a pretty good representation. I mean, even if you just look at the comic that's given, he's supposed to kind of look like that, kind of scrunched up. But he doesn't come with any accessories besides the 2 Build-A-Figure pieces, which is actually the tubing that goes around, connects to Apocalypse's arm and the right arm of Apocalypse. So, and he also comes with the Alpha Flight number 10. So if you wanted to check that out, I mean, this figure is only $15, and kind of put off getting him. I don't know why, but I did. But like I said, guys, he's a really cool figure. He's got a really unique sculpt to him, and a lot of people, I feel like, confuse. There actually is a white variant to this, and that is, it's not Wendigo. So don't confuse if you guys are confused and you're just like, oh, that's the Wendigo variant. It's not. Wendigo wasn't released until later, until Hasbro took over with the, I believe it was the Hulk or the Fing Fang Foom wave. So if you're looking for a Wendigo, that's the Wendigo. The white variant is just, I believe it's Sasquatch disguised as Wendigo. I don't know. But I know he's disguised as something. I just can't remember exactly what it was. But I know it's not Wendigo. Anyway, talking about Sasquatch, and the amount of sculpting and just texturing going throughout here is just really well done. He's got some really good articulation for a much taller figure. But I'm going to get to size comparisons in a minute, but let me get to his articulation His articulation is as goes. His head does move on a swivel side to side. It does look up really nicely, actually. So it kind of, the sculpting doesn't get in the way, and his hair is very rubbery, so you shouldn't have a problem having him look up. Looking down, not so much, but he's got the ab crunch right here, so it kind of works as him looking down. You can articulate that any way you want. He's got the butterfly joints right here on the sides, and those work nice and fluently. His arms go up about that far, and they do go down. He's got a full 360 rotation at the shoulder. He's got a bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow. He's got a glove swivel right here. Excuse me. Glove swivel. He does have a wrist hinge and finger articulation. I believe just only the index is individual. He does have an ab crunch, which goes forward and ratchets nicely, and it does go back, more so forward than back. He does have a waist swivel. He's got T-jointed hips, which go forward, and they do go back a little bit, and they also go out, so he can do the splits nicely. He does have an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees. He's got a boot swivel, ankle hinge, which doesn't really go back because of the sculpting of his fur here, but it does go forward. So there you go. And he does have the toe articulation, and he does have an ankle pivot. So, I mean, he's got all the articulation that you need, and especially for him being a much larger figure. I'll just, for an example, here is one way to look at it. A lot of people confuse this as well and say, well, he's very similar to the Man-Thing figure. He's not in any way similar to Man-Thing, to be honest with you, because I will show you Man-Thing right now, and he towers over Man-Thing, and Man-Thing is bigger than your normal Marvel Legend. So where you could see some similarities within maybe the feet, where the ankles are sculpted right here. Still, the fur is sculpted much differently, and he's a much different size and sculpt completely different. He's wider than Man-Thing. He's much different. So there's one, and then I'll just bring in your normal bullseye body buck, which is Guardian. And so there you go. I mean, Man-Thing is much taller than Guardian. He doesn't want to stand right now. Come on. And then you have Sasquatch right there, and he towers over the two of them. So there you go. There's your little comparison. And then we'll just bring him back in here. We'll just take a closer look as I adjust my lighting here. That face sculpt looks pretty cool. I like the red eyes. Looks pretty awesome. I do like that. You can see the tongue and the open mouth, and just like I said, all the texturing going throughout here, and there's a lot of nice paint shading, different types of blacks and kind of browns going throughout here for some shading effect. Really does give a, sorry I burped there, but it does really give a good effect. This is just like a rubbery material on both sides, kind of like his fur belt that is actually connected to his torso here. So you don't have any problems with that shifting around and looking a little bit unnatural. I mean, sure, I mean, the sculpt could have been a little bit easier or a little bit better blended in, but with the articulation that it has, it makes sense to do what they did here. And I'll just give you a shot of his feet there. He does have no peg holes at the bottom of his feet and no peg hole for a flight stand or anything. Not that you would really need a flight stand with this character at all. But really cool figure. I feel like he's a very underrated figure. Now that I actually own him in the flesh, so to speak, he's really cool, and he's definitely awesome for posability. And I mean, you can get this guy into any pose that you can a regular Marvel Legend. And yeah, definitely 2 thumbs up here, guys. Go pick up Sasquatch. I mean, even if you're not into Alpha Flight, I mean, this is still a really cool, solid figure to get, and I would definitely recommend it. So definitely 2 thumbs up, like I said. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for Sasquatch here. I'm going to be moving along with the Alpha Flight figures. So stay tuned for Guardian next, and then Puck. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.